So a few days ago, I was featured in a local article. It's in a segment called Atlanta Inno, I think Atlanta Innovation, part of the Atlanta Business Chronicle. I think it's called ABC. It's pretty cool. I really loved it. There was a reporter, Rebecca Grapevine, who apparently found out about me through Atlanta Tech Village, where I'm an advisor. And she may have seen my face because I was giving a workshop there. I think she may have seen my face there, and then she contacted me through email, and then we jumped on a quick Zoom. And then she was very curious about building in public, the whole movement, and like, what does it mean? What are the pitfalls? What are the upsides, downsides, all this stuff? And so I gave her my best rendition of whatever I've learned in the last 5 years. And she offered to do a feature on me, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome, that's cool, because I feel like I don't get to share as much as I want about building in public locally, because I'm so like, I don't think like locally. I'm always just posting stuff online, and I try to keep a global perspective. So it was really cool for her to turn this into a piece for the local tech audience. So I loved it. But I want to read a couple points that I thought were really cool. And first of all, this went live October 30th, 2023. So just to kind of give you context, almost like a week ago, a couple of things that she wrote, which I thought were super super fun to read out, and I think they're relevant for anyone listening to this or watching this. Is she's talking about building in public, and my sort of statement there: the strategy works because it creates investment and buy-in from community members. Puvara said. Well, Puvara is me, right? To build in public, leaders have to get over their fear of judgment. That vulnerability is the key to progress, right? I've said these words. You're basically gaining credibility because you're doing what you say you want to do. So she used that line. I really loved it. She also talks about how for underrepresented founders, she asked me like, KP, is this helpful for underrepresented founders, people who've had, insane amounts of struggle and challenges to get to, the startup journey, right? And I was like, yeah, hell yeah. Especially if you're underrepresented founder, you're like, you have such an insane story. So that's something I was telling her, and she printed that, and she said, you have actual depth, you have actual obstacles that you overcame to get to the starting line. Those are the things that people resonate with if you choose to share them. So that's what I said. I thought that was cool that she left that in there, because I truly believe in it. Most people underestimate the power of their own story. I've seen this over and over again. And so anyway, so the approach works, but it must be genuine, Pavara said, of course. And then she quotes a couple more points from me. She goes, when people go to social media, there's unfortunately a vending machine approach. They press the buttons and are like, give me something, right? It's a very common take mindset when people go to social media. You have to think of it like a piggy bank instead, where every day you have the chance to make a small deposit. So you're basically using social media as your piggy bank to make small deposits of goodwill. So one day, like 8 months, 9 months from today, when you have a launch, when you have some kind of announcement, like you can actually cash in the favors. But you have to keep depositing. That's one of the biggest mistakes people make. They're like, oh, I just made a post and nobody cared. I'm like, yeah, but the last 18 days you didn't care about anybody. So, obviously. Anyway, so she left that. I loved it. And also, this is inspired by David Falarme, one of my friends who I worked with at On Deck, and he gave a couple great talks at Building in Public Fellowship, BIPF. And so this is sort of inspired by him. The piggy bank and the vending machine thing, is that metaphor came from him. Despite concerns about social media, Puvara remains a believer in the power of the internet to create community. Yes. And here's my quote. She goes, people don't consider how big the internet is. There's 8 billion people and you need 10 paying customers. Are you kidding me? Like the math is in your favor, use it, Puvara said. Yes, that is so true. And I loved it. By the way, I forgot that I said it in that dramatic way, but it's really something I believe. So when I read that recently, it made me smile. The ending was epic. Yeah, like the internet's got half of 8 billion, right? Almost 4 billion people online. And today, like, you could be from any zip code. I'm in Buford 30519, but does it matter? Like, anybody on the internet, do they care what my zip code is to trust me? No. It's really about, how much have I given to them through my content, through my videos, through my, posts and tweets and whatnot, right? And I think the same can be applied to you, right? All you need is just 10 paying customers to get to that MVP or get to that first level, stage one of being an entrepreneur. So it's not that hard, like, including doing customer discovery, which is how do you get to the 10 paying customers? By identifying pain points and challenges that a small set of people have. But how do you know that? Is by constantly talking about what you're passionate about, and asking people what challenges they have, and collecting like evidence, and then DMing them and saying, hey, would you jump on a call for 15 minutes to talk about the problem you stated on your feed, etc. And so it's just relationships. To me, the internet is just an opportunity to build relationships at scale, you know. And it blows my mind that we are in 2023 with this iPhone and this social media and the power of all of these technologies, and it's the greatest time ever to be an entrepreneur. And you have to take advantage of it. The game is rigged in your favor, so you have to believe in it. You have to take advantage of it. And I mean, billing in public is just one piece of it, but like the whole game, I feel like is in your favor, and you have to really acknowledge it, and then get to action. So hope that resonates. Anyway, I wanted to mark this cool moment for me and document sort of my commentary on what happened. And I know this is just one of many. I know that I'm going to help a lot more people in the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years. So it was really cool to get this, sort of documented acknowledgement right now. But anyway, thanks for listening. See ya.